Shalom, praise the Lord, gloria a Dios. As usual, I always come up with something new. Today's video will be very exciting. I want you to watch from the beginning to the end because we are coming very close. It could happen any second, any time, or any month, but it cannot pass the years. We are in 5784. We are about to enter into 5785 next month in Rosh Hashanah. Actually, Rosh Hashanah is coming in October this year. So Rosh Hashanah, and then the Sukkot, and then the Hanukkah, and then again Purim and Passover. All those things about to come, and Moshiach should be by then, he will be on his throne. Now, there are several things I want to talk about it, and I'm going to give you the list of that, and then I want you to go and also watch those videos and understand yourself. So today I was going to talk about, I have some lists written. I'm going to talk about Rabbi Mendel Kassin. First thing. Then we're going to go to Itmar Ben Gavir, the defense minister in right now he's in Jerusalem. The third thing we're going to talk about the common prophet. This common prophet, it suddenly popped out on my screen when I was studying, and I went through his videos, and very interesting video, and I want you all to watch and put attention on his all videos. But I'm going to go only on one video, which is on genetics and the exodus of Israeli people. Then I'm going to talk about the two anointed one and the cherubim, and we're going to talk about the Daniel chapter, about the times and half a time, and 1,290 days, not the year. So we're going to discuss about those things, and I'm going to put also on the video over here each and every person, and that way you will understand that where am I going, who am I, why am I telling you all those titles that God has given me, from the Moshiach to the son of King David, to adopted son of God, to the branch, to the messenger of the covenant, to the transgressor, a prolonged one. I mean, I can go on and on and on of the list that God has given me, that who I am. And I am the one that you all are waiting for, and I am the one to build the temple. Now, of course, you all will help me to build the temple. It's not only me, it's a teamwork. So let's go one by one to make you understand. Now, if you watch right now on YouTube, or even if you Google, right now they're talking about, always each and every rabbi is talking about that Moshiach is here. Moshiach is imminent. Moshiach is in the midst of us. He can come any second. The Moshiach is in Jerusalem. Moshiach is in USA. All those titles, if you watch, is all about Moshiach. Now, one of the rabbi, which is that I'm going to show you over here, his name is Mendel Kassin, and he is a very known rabbi in Jewish community, and I just don't understand that how he haven't got touch of my video or touch with me after what God have revealed him and what God have given him the knowledge of the Torah, that he cannot reveal, or he cannot understand who could be the Moshiach. I am sure that he's also watching each and every place to see who's this Moshiach, because he himself is getting older and he wants to see the Moshiach before he leaves. So he had a video last week, and I'm going to put over here on the screen. And the first video is about him is let's see, Rabbi Mendel Kassin. And it says, is the Messiah living among us? And then, let me tell you what he says. So,
he's here.
He's here. He's here. He's here. Look at this.
He's in Jerusalem. I do believe, however, he's in New York. He's in the United States.
Okay. He said, I don't believe he is in Jerusalem. He is in New York. And then he said, he is in United States of America. Now, he is right. He is right, and if you watch his video completely to understand what he's talking about, where this Moshiach is coming from. So, if you watch that video, you will understand, but he is right, because I am from India. I'm born and raised in India, not in America. Remember, just like the Moses was born somewhere else. So just like I was born in India, Bombay, and then I came to United States, but I came to where? I came to New York. I stayed in New York for a few months, and then I came back to Texas, and then I went back to New York, and then I came back to Texas. So he's right. He is right. Because I am right, because I am the Moshiach, so I know exactly what exactly he meant. So I came from India to New York. Of course, he said that I believe that Moshiach is in New York. And then he says, United States. Yes, I am in Houston, Texas. So he is right. And remember, I told you that he is a very great rabbi. He teach very good, and he talk very good. So I believe that you will understand him and believe his word. So that was first thing. The second thing I want to talk about, Itmar Ben Gavir, the defense minister over here. He's on the on the news time after time, and today he was again on the news because he is walking around the Aqsa Mosque and tried to put the flag over there, Israeli flag, and he wants to build the temple. Now, if you remember, when I was in Jerusalem, remember I traveled. Doesn't matter I'm in New York or I'm in Houston. Doesn't matter. I was in Israel when there was, I think it was on a Purim time or it was on Passover time, and I was there in the midst of them, and he was there, and I had shown you some pictures while I was there. And also that I had a dream about him, and I said that if anybody will touch him, because he is the apple of God, eyes of the apple or something, what I said, from the Zechariah chapter, that God have chosen him. So nobody will touch him. So I am with him. I am with him. He probably want to build the temple. Now, temple I have to build no matter what happened. Temple will be built. I don't care what people are thinking, the Christian, the Muslim, or even the Hindus. And especially Hindus, I want you to listen to my video. Please, I know that a lot of Indians are watching. So please watch this video. And so I don't care what people are thinking. But one thing for sure, that the third temple will be built at the Aqsa Mosque. The temple has to be, right now the rock of the dome has to be removed. has to be removed. You cannot serve the two masters. And if we remove, and if the God glory, people will see the God glory on the third temple, then they shouldn't have any problem. And if they believe, if the Muslim believe that they are worshipping the same God as Jewish people are worshipping, then they shouldn't have any problem to let us destroy the Aqsa Mosque and build the third temple where they all will see the God glory. Everybody will see the God glory. The whole world will see the God glory. They all will know that there is a God, and God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is real. Now, where they all came from, that we will watch in the Common Prophet video pretty soon. But my word to Ben Gavir, that I am coming and we will build the temple. You could be the Zerubbabel, just like the other rabbis said that the Trump is the King Cyrus, or he has a spirit of Cyrus, or he's a resurrected, whatever he want to say. So the Ben Gavir could be the Zerubbabel who build the second temple, and the Spirit of God is upon him, or the spirit of Zerubbabel that we can say, and he will build the third temple with me, but Aqsa Mosque has to be removed. Now if we all Jewish people, all the Israeli people get together in one unity, and then we decide that, listen, this is our country, God has given us this land, we can do whatever we can. And if we have to remove Aqsa Mosque, we have to remove. Simple. And we will build the third temple, and I will be there, and God will be in the midst of them, because Spirit of the Lord is rest upon me, as Zechariah chapter 4, 3 and 4 is talking about. So the next thing comes is a common prophet. This common prophet is just pop out on my screen, and I've been watching his video, and he is, I'm telling you that you all gonna get surprise after surprise, especially one of the last video they were talking about my DNA and everything, and now you all will know the confirmation after confirmation where we are going, because this is the only way I can, I don't have to prove nobody nothing, because I will be on my throne no matter what happened with DNA, without DNA. I've been chosen by God, and nobody can change. God cannot change it, and you all cannot change it. Even the God cannot change it, remember. Because he knew me from the beginning of the world. He knew me who I am and what I can able to do through him. Remember, I am not boasting my own. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, and he is the one doing through me. So this common prophet that pop out, that I'm going to put over here on my screen, so you can understand, let's see, oops, where did it go? Here you go. The genetics. Okay, so if you watch this guy, it says over here, common prophet, genetic connection of a Jew with India. Now, according to the archaeologists and also the evidence they found from the beginning, and they compare each and every place where the Jewish people went, and they come to the conclusion, or you can say that not 100%, but 100% sure on that they have been migrated from Indus Valley in India to go to Israel first, and in the middle they were in the place called Mizrahim. Mizrahim, not the Egypt. According to the common prophet, that they were migrate from India and going to Israel, which God had promised Abraham, the land, the honey and milk, and they were going through and they end up in Mizrahim, not the Egypt, or they haven't found anything, because according to him, it doesn't say Egypt, it says Mizrahim, and they haven't found where the Mizrahim was. Is it in India or it was in Egypt? But the Egypt wasn't mentioned, so they're still trying to find out where is the Mizrahim was, in a land of Canaan somewhere. And so from there they went to Israel, and from Israel in 586, when the Solomon built the temple, and that temple was destroyed, and there was again the people migrate from there, all of them, and some went to the Babylon, and then some went to all our other places, and some went back to India. So they went from India to Israel, and Israel to India back again. So there are some went to India back, some stayed in Babylon, and some went to Europe country. And then again, when the King Cyrus let them go and build the second temple, some people from Babylon, they went back to Israel, and some went back to India. And that's how, according to their hypothesis that this is what exactly happened with the archaeological evidence. And then they find out the genetics, the genes are genetics, gene R1 and R2. It came from India, started in India, went to Israel, from Israel, overlaid with Israeli people over there, and then come back to India. And when they came back, they are Indian, are haplogroup. And that's what it's, well, I want you to watch his video completely. See over here, and if I go down there, you will see that R2, 10% to 1%. If you understand the chart, I want you to go through him, and I can put that video right now, but it's kind of long. But you will understand that how Jewish people migrate from Israel, India to Israel, Israel to India back. And that's who I am. God have chosen me from the beginning. From the beginning, I told you on my haplogroup M207 shows 4,000 years ago on the Adam time. From the Adam time, 35,000 years ago, I'm not sure. And then the 4,000 years, there are two numbers they are showing on my haplogroup. But that's who I am. I am your Moshiach. God have choose me among you. Now we're going to talk about two anointed one and the two cherubim. Now, I've been, last night, I was very kind of depressed because I needed some answer about what I said in the past about the Jesus. And I wanted to, in my heart, even though I know that his teaching and his parables, is so great. So I wanted to know that if I said whatever I said was right, or should I not talk about what I said, or it just slipped from my mouth? But the thing is, so I was asking God, and then I just went through all the scriptures, and I went through wherever God can lead me. And when come to Zechariah chapter, there are two anointed one who assist the earth to the God, and so those are probably from the beginning of the world, or in the beginning. In the beginning is just like the two cherubim from the Ezekiel chapter. They probably from the beginning, because in the middle it's a what do you call a mercy seat, and then there are two on the right side, and the one right and one left is a cherubim. Now we understand from the Ezekiel chapter 28 that talk about that he want to, one of them, probably the right hand side, wanted to be above the God, and he said that he, because of his wisdom and his knowledge and everything, maybe he is the one who came down at the time of the Jesus, just like Son of Man came and rest upon me in this end time. Maybe just like the John the Baptist say that he saw someone look like a dove. The spirit of dove, or look like dove, the spirit came upon the Jesus Christ, and that's how he knows who he is. But on the same time, he came down first, and then he wanted to be a God maybe, or above God, because he had all this wisdom. So do now I have this wisdom also, because I am over here. The Son of Man is rest upon me, and I have seen that glory. Maybe I am the second one, just like all this time there are two persons involved from the beginning, Abel and Cain. And then Abel was older, Cain was younger, and then it comes to Jacob and Esau, Isaac and Ishmael. So and then the Ephraim and what is the other son name? Whatever right now. But they always have two, and God always give blessing to the second one. And I have a feeling the same thing, that I am the second one, and he could be the first one, and he went out of track rather than worship the Lord and praise him and put everything on him rather than him, and he want to be God. But in my case, I don't want to be a God. I am not a God. I know who I am. So I have a feeling that Zechariah chapter 3, the Ezekiel chapter 28 is talking about these two anointed one and two cherubim, and I could be the second one, and I am the one to come to finish the God job. The God job that God had given him, also the same job what he is giving me now. He didn't finish that job because he thought that he will be God because of his wisdom. But in my case, I think so. I realize that no, I don't. And I listened to the Father, and I came to fulfill the job he has given me, which is bring the Israelite back, build the third temple, and have peace on the earth, and worship the one God, the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. Now, you know, in the Rabbi Mendel Kassin, also, if you watch his video, that one, he talks about Moshiach Joseph, being Joseph, that he is the one going to do all this work. And then, which is, I'm talking about all the work, like bring the Israelite back, do the war of whatever the war is going on, then he will build the temple. Now, he's going too far on that one, because I am the one to build the temple, not him. So Moshiach, And I am the Ben David, I am the son of God, the adopted son of God, which is the son of King David, or the Shiloh from the beginning. I am the one to build the temple, no one else. And if I have to build the temple, then I am, if according to him, the Ben Joseph, which is I am not. I know who I am. I have to build the temple. If the war is going on and if somebody else is doing it, or nobody else is doing it, if the God is the one, he is doing it. Spiritual war and physical war. Because the Spirit of the Lord is on the earth right now. He is roused from his throne, just like what it says in Zechariah chapter. And he is down over here, and all these things are happening. Now, I've been telling you, I am the end time. I am the end time. And nobody will be able to change. So, Rabbi Mendel Kassin, I'm not going to debate with him. He is older than me. He is a great rabbi. God have revealed him a lot of things. So let's don't talk. But I think so, if he can reveal me or he can tell me something, he can write me something, explain, maybe I will understand. But according to me, when the Son of Man came and rest upon me, when I was up there, when I came down, only thing was inside of me, build my house, build my house, build my house. And so I know that I am the one to build his house. No one can build the house. So that's one of the things. And so the two anointed one and two cherubim, like I said, that I am the one to come to fulfill all the jobs that maybe he has to finish and he didn't do it. But he thought that he can go above him. But master is always master. God knows his plan. God knew from the beginning whom he's going to choose and who's going to go against him and who's going to be with him. And I am with him. I rather be on his hand than the human being. Just like King David said when everybody was after him and he told God when he did the census. And God told him, why did you took it? And then you will get the punishment. And he said, I rather be on your hand than human being. So I rather be on his hand. Now the fourth and final thing about the Daniel, according to, that Rabbi Lauren Zeff, let me see his video. Okay, let's see, decoding Daniel. So right now he is in a part 6 and he's talking about resurrection of the dead and he's talking about the end time. Now there is a lot of things he talks about over here. Let's listen.
He says, this are the years. He says, when is this end going to come? So he gives another set of years. 1,290 years. That's what he says. That's when it's all going to end. From when? I don't know. Right? He mentions something about offerings, but we're not too sure. He then, the next verse, and that's in verse 11. In verse 12, this is right at the end. We've reached right at the end of our book. Can you see? In my crazy notes? Right at the end. The last verse he says, oh, but you should know 1,335 years.
So, according to their Tanakh, or according to God words, we can call, he's reading Tanakh or Talmud or whatever, he said years, but it is days, because we have to read everything in the context. And from chapter 7 to chapter 12 is all about the end of the days. Even the God told Daniel, close the book till the time of the end. If you understand God had promised him to come back. Simple. He is not reading the sentence, the 12:13. Clearly, I'm going to read that one. Also, he said, time and half a time. It's not time and half a time. It's time times, double times, S, and half a time. And then he said 1,290 years. When it start, he don't know. 1,335, 45 years difference. Where this come, where he don't know. But let me tell you, I've been telling you all this thing in my past video. You need to read in the context, and when he wants to, when God wants to give you the prophecy, he give you the right prophecy, because time is a 7. So 7 plus time, 7, 7, 14, which is 21, and the 3.5. I told you 24.5 years since June of 1999 to 24.5 years. Now, why am I telling you? If you read the chapter 12, and chapter 8, 12, 8, 9, 10, and 12 properly, he has said everything very nicely. First is mentioning 2300 days. Let me go one by one scriptures, and we're going to close this today, so that way you will know that I am telling you from the book. So over here, the last scriptures, this is what it says. To Daniel, as for you, go your way till the end. Listen to me, till the end. Like if you die, and if you're going to resurrect it is one thing. If you're not going to resurrect it, but I'm going to show you that also, that where he is wrong. I'm not trying to put down, but I'm trying to give you the good information. Now look. As for you, go your way till the end, you will rest. You will rest, because everybody rests after they die. And then, at the end of the days, what is end of the days? If there is an end, there is no days. First, there has to be completely end. And then if there is a days, then it will start from the beginning again. So it says, at the end of the days, before the end, you will receive, he says, you will rise to receive your allotted inheritance. So he's coming back, either he's coming back, that's what he's talking about. Now look what it says about the resurrections. What he's talking about the resurrection of, he said, look very, very clearly over here. I'm going to read. At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress, such as has not happened from the beginning of nations until then. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, listen to me, book will be delivered. Will be delivered. Where? Where they're going? They are going somewhere. They are delivered. Now look what it says. Multitude who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake. Will awake, no doubt. But look what does it say. They're not going to be on the earth or anywhere. Look what it says. Some to everlasting life. Means which life? We don't know. Everlasting life somewhere. Others to shame and everlasting contempt. Those who are wise will shine like the brightness of the heaven, and those who lead many to righteousness like the star of ever and ever. So the one will deliver, written in the book, and also the one will awake. They will be star, they will be angel, they will be, look at this, what it says. Those who lead many to righteousness like the star forever and ever. But you, Daniel, close up and seal the word of the scroll until the time of the end. Now, when when he's receiving this message, close the book until the time of the end. What does that mean? That means angel is telling that I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to bring you back. You're the one going to open the book, even though let them figure it out what's going on. Let them figuring out, because you see, if you read everything from 7:13, when God says on 7th chapter that we will possess the land. We will possess the land. We are very close to possess the land. Once we possess the land, once we are the king will be ushering, we can build anything we want. And that's what's gonna happen. So Moshiach will come first to build the temple. But listen, then on the 924 to 927, it's talk about last 7 years. Last 7 years of abominations of the temple, 7 years. And then if you put, he also, the angel Michael says, it will take 2,300 days. 2,300 days is 6.5 years. Almost 7 years you can count, as God has said that whoever is this person is coming, he's going to make a 7 years treaty. On those 7 years treaty, 3.5 years later, he will abomination of the sacrifice. He will stop the sacrifice. So these coming 3.5 years, we may build the temple, we will build the temple, we will do the sacrifice, and again, the person that 924 to 927 talking about, the one who's making 7 years of prophecy, which is 1,290 and 1,335 days. So first 1,290 days, which is almost 3.5 years, we will going to build the temple and doing the sacrifice. Then he will stop, trying to stop, but it's not going to work, and that will be another 1,335 days. Remember, when then we will completely overtake the sanctuary and him. That's what is talking about over here in the Daniel chapter. If I read one by one sentence, you will understand what I'm talking about. Let's see, I put somewhere, okay, over here. At the appointed time, he will invade this. Okay, let's put this one. Show favor to those who are supposed to. His arm force will be up. Terrible. Okay, the king will do as please. He will exalt them. See, this guy, whoever it is, the king will do as he please. He will exalt and magnify himself above every god, and will say unheard of things against the God of gods, which is I'm talking about reading 11, chapter 11, 36. He will be successful until the time of the work is completed, for what has been determined must be take place. He will show no regard for the gods of his father or for the one desired by woman, nor will he regard any god, but will exalt himself above them all. Instead of them, he will honor a god of a fortress and god unknown to his father. He will honor with the gold and silver, with the precious stones and costly gift. He will attack the mightiest fortresses with the help of a foreign god, and will greatly honor those who acknowledge him. He will make them ruler over many people and will distribute the land at a price. So all these things, if you read, and if you understand also that he cannot be killed by human being. He cannot be killed by human being, this guy. So times and half a time is 24.5 years, which is we are in the end of this year, exactly from June of 1999, the 2024 end is finished. Now, again, every time if you read, he tells you after, like 7 times 7 plus 62, 7 will pass, and then anointed one will come. Means 483 will pass, and then anointed one will come. But when? Not at exactly 483. It could take 483, 484, 485. Now, I am close to 484 according to their calendar, a Jewish calendar, but on the other calendar, I still have 4 months. Or my birthday is a Passover, and if I go to that level, then I have 8 months, 6 months. But the thing is, I think so it's going to happen, and we are very close. War is going on. The Iran will attack. We will attack Iran. It's again, I told you, it's war against Christians and Muslims, and that will happen. And King will usher, when people will see the Jewish people found their king, everybody will be shocked. And now again, I don't know everything. I am not a God. Even Jesus, when he came, let me tell you, he didn't prophesy nothing. He didn't prophesy nothing. Whatever was written over here, he said that what will happen in the end time. It says in the Zechariah chapter, there won't be no wages, there won't be no jobs. People, there will be enemy all over. The world will be going upside down. There will be a lot of knowledge. All those things, whatever is written, he said. On the Revelation chapter, nothing is new. Other than all those things is written also, there will be a plague, there will be famine also. All those things in Zechariah chapter 2. So he didn't prophesy anything because God didn't give him everything. He thought he has everything, but he don't. So do I. I don't have everything. I don't know. Once you will put me on my throne, I don't know how everything's going to happen. But I'm not worrying. Why should I worry? I have seen his glory. I know that he came to me. I know I was up there caught up in heaven, and they took my clothes. The angels were there. And Satan was there and accusing me for the days. They been given only, Satan was given only 62. And I will be done 62 in April of 2085. 2025, April. April the 7th is my birthday. So Satan has been given 62 years to attack me. After that, he's done. He's finished. He cannot touch me. So that's why I'm telling you the time and half a time is going to be finished in December, end of the December, or the beginning of the January, because it was happening the first week of June. So I'm talking about end of the year, and that's how I will usher in. So the Daniel chapter, whatever Jeff Lawrence, it's because he's reading, it says years, but years doesn't make any sense when you read the chapter 7, 8, 9, and 10 and put all the numbers together. He's talking about either 7 years. 7 comes from the beginning of the Daniel book, and then 2300 days, and then 1290, 1335. Time and a half a time. If you want to say 6.5 years, he will tell you 2300 days. You divide by 365. So all those numbers, when angel gave it to him to understand the prophecy and also to bring him back. Now, listen again. I don't know. Is the one spirit with the Daniel, the Shiloh, the branch, the Son of God, adopted Son of God, or the transgressor, or you call a messenger of the covenant. I mean, all those title, Elijah, maybe all of them is one. Now, you know, I let you listen a little bit of him.
So from verse 11 to verse 12, there's two joining Pesukim. He goes from 1290 to 1335, which is the difference of how many years? 45 years. So this is going to be our last calculation. And there's obviously opinions on this. One opinion is that Mashiach is going to come at the end of this 1290. He's then going to hide himself, okay, for 45 years. And then the final Geula is going to happen at 1335, 45 years later.
Okay, so if he's considering that way, the 45 years, last 45 years, but remember I told you that the age of 36, 1999, June of 1999, if you count my birthday from 4/7/1999, the Son of Man came. So if I was hiding my first 45, let's say first 36, even the hiding 45, but how could it be? Because he said there was 1290 and then 1235, which is 45 years difference, but then it's already finished. It cannot happen because even if you count from June of 99 to also 45 days, if you count 1290 when the Son of Man came in the cloud and rest upon me, if we count from there 45 years, then we're looking at, we are going still till 45 years, not 1000, not what they're talking about, the 5790. It won't happen. It will go above the 6,000 years. And according to all the Rabbah and Rambam, we've been given 6,000 years and we already did the 210. So there will be 5,790 and we are in 5784. So there are 6-7 years left. That's all the numbers are matching. All the numbers are matching. So all those things are about to happen. So there, it's not years, it's a days. This is a day.
Next video. That's one opinion. Says.
So that comes to end of, you know, what I was supposed to tell you today. All those videos I show you, I want you to go and watch all those videos, please, and understand each and every video of them, because I have told you through the word, because I know the word very well. I meditate on the word day and night, and I keep on continue for last 24.5 years, because that's how I get my message, and God gives me also message when I meditate. So again, this war of Ukraine and Russia is not going to stop till it's going to get bigger. And it's getting bigger, as you know. Look, if Russia can compare or can fight with United States of America, or he can give weapons to all other countries like Iran and Pakistan or China or whatever, he can wipe out the Ukraine in one day. If he wants to wipe out the Ukraine, he can do in one day. I'm not sure what he's waiting for, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen on the same time what USA is waiting for. If they want the Iran from the beginning, it doesn't take that long. They can go wipe out the Iran in a few days. Every time you talk to any ex-military or marine, they're always going to tell you, we can wipe out in a second, no problem, it's no big deal. All those things are about to happen. It's just what's going on, first of all, is in his time, and the second thing is what these politicians are working on. Now, again about the Trump. I had told you that Trump will be in the power. Even though he is out, he will be on the power. And last 4 years, he's still with the Republican Party. He was there. They didn't throw him out. He didn't get out. People didn't throw him out. People still love him. He was still in the power. Even though whatever happened, how many charges he got, how many things happened in these 4 years, he's still running as a nominee for Republican. Now listen, in this Torah, or even the Bible, in the end time, if you consider we are in the end time, which is 90%, not the people, I'm talking about the 90% of the people who believe in Torah and the Bible, they knows that we are in the end time. God have revealed them. If it is revealed them, it is we are in the end time. According to Torah, 5,790, we are at the 5,784 right now. He has to come. The false Messiah has to come. According to, of course, the Christian, I will be the false Messiah, but I don't have that power. But Trump has the power. Trump has the power. In fact, I just saw the video that the last time he got converted into Judaism. Now, nobody can get converted into Judaism. Let me tell you again and again. If you are Jew, you are Jew, and you are Gentile, you are Gentile. There is no conversion. So, whatever he is trying to do in the end time doesn't say the woman will be in the power. In Torah doesn't say any woman will be in the power. It's going to be all the king and the tyrants, which is Trump has to come back. Simple. After all these years, all things he did, and people are still choosing him as to run as a president, there has to be something. There is somebody not above, between above and between them, somebody is pulling the string. And they say, wait a minute. You know, I know that he should be having 8 years. We gave him 4 years. We got him out for whatever the reason. But all these years, people are still loving him. And the guy saying up there, okay, you run. Doesn't matter what does it look like. I'm going to give you another 4 years. Just like the beast in the Revelation chapter talk about. That beast gave his power. He was wounded and then his wound got healed. And then he got power to talk against the God. That's what exactly going to happen according to what the Christians believe. Now, whatever you want to think about me, fine, but that's what the word says. There is no woman will be in the land of Babylon, will be a king. The land of Babylon is United States of America. Even the Rabbi Mendel Kassin, he knows land of Babylon is United States of America. We are right now in the land of Babylon. We are in the exile right now. And we will go back to Jerusalem. We will go back to and build the temple. The third temple will be built and nobody will be able to stop us. Ben Gavir, again I'm telling you, stay in the path. We will build the temple and we will remove the Aqsa Mosque and nobody will be able to stop us. I told you long time ago in India, they took away the masjid. What happened? Few days they will talk about it and then there's quiet. This is our country. God has given us. We will build God's house. God have told me to build his house. God have appointed me to build his house. And I will be building the house with all your help. We'll see you next time. Get ready. Thank you and God bless you.